So you're lonely now. Do you remember when you knocked at my door and I opened it and I let you in and I embraced you and I showed you how I cared, wanted you in my life, wanted you near? Do you remember how important I thought it was to please you in every way? But you decided to walk away, wiped away your tears, helped you through your fears, build you up only to make you feel good about you as you made me feel bad about me, but yet I forgive? Why would you think I would want to go back in that way? I see things differently than I did back way when, yesterday. When something good comes your way, by all means, never turn it away, because it may never come back for you to embrace. As I live every day of my life, sometimes you get it right, sometimes you get it wrong, and sometimes you just don't know what's right. Partner, a lover, a wife, a friend. How many times have you had somebody come in your life, but you didn't know what you had? All of us, at some part in our lives, have been there and done that. You ever broken up with somebody, and suddenly your phone rings, or somebody's at your door, and it happened to be someone that was in your life one time or another, and you guys broke up for whatever reason, or you ended the relationship, or you ended the friendship, but suddenly they appeared or they reappeared again? There's a reason why that happened, because they realized that you were better than they thought you were. In fact, you turned out to be the best person that they have ever had in their lives, because after they left you, they had other experiences. And those experiences didn't quite work out just right. They thought to themselves, well, you know, she didn't do this, and he didn't do this, and man, they were so kind, and man, I missed their smile, and oh, they really cared, and look at what they did for me, and the gifts that they gave, and nice words that they said, and oh, how they protected me. Oh, I felt so secure because there was nobody else that I would rather be with than the person I let go. Am I going to do it again and walk away and suddenly realize I turned my back on another friend and possibly a lover, a husband, a wife? I don't know. Now I feel like that wasn't nice. There are many days like that. Many times and moments when you suddenly realize that you're lonely and you have nobody to blame but yourself, because you've gotten comfortable with just being lonely. And how is it that somebody can get comfortable with being lonely? It's when they consistently turn away an individual that can bring them that change. Make a choice to choose something beautiful, or to choose someone handsome or pretty, someone famous or rich, somebody who's fashionable and smell good, somebody who is hard, somebody who is masculine, somebody who is mean-spirited in their words, call you out of your name, names that you cannot repeat just by sight without seeking to get to know who they are internally. You find yourself in a bad situation that takes you to a place that you don't want to go. Suddenly you end up there. Many of us been there, done that, opportunity, chance after chance to be with that good and right person that's going to add something to our lives, and suddenly we realize we're lonely once again. It's a pattern that only you can break. We are the creators of the scriptures, the paragraphs, the characters, the scenes. It's in our power to determine what it means. But you know, that's life. Things happen. Good, things happen bad. Sometimes we're happy, most times we're sad. But the reality is that you and I are supposed to be happy. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with smiling. There's nothing wrong with being in love, if there's such a thing. I mean, is there? There's nothing wrong with liking somebody. Nothing wrong with friendship, relationship. Nothing wrong with commitment. But then there's nothing wrong with not being committed. However, respect is always needed. Trust is earned. But do you want them to keep it? Whether you have a person that you fall in love with or a friend that you admire, adore, appreciate, respect. At any event, all of it matters at the end of the day, because we only get one life and we never know when we'll have to go away. But in the meantime, where we live and our heart is beating and our heart is beating and we can see, hear, and speak, able to walk from place to place, maybe even jog or run, go to the mall, go to a restaurant, to a store, travel from city to city, whether it be in this country or somewhere else. Every situation, every opportunity, every day that we live is another opportunity for you to get it right, for us to get it right. Another chance to make it right. Because, you know, in order to make it right, you got to realize that something was wrong. And the problem is that many people refuse the wrong because they prefer to just be right all the time. And the fact of the matter is, you are human. And that's not possible. That's right. If nobody ever told you, there's no way possible. You as a human being can be perfect, but you can always be better. And you can always strive for perfection, satisfaction, guaranteed. Because that's what life does. It gives, and it takes, it builds, and it tears down. It strengthens, and it weakens. It does what it do, because that's what life will do to me and you. But is it bad? Not necessarily. Once you learn the lessons that life desires to teach you. The problem is that most people reject the lesson. They get lost in the maze, wandering in the wilderness, trying to figure out how to get out, rather than how to deal with staying in. And what I mean is when you are in a maze, that is a certain type of circumstance. And before you can get out of that maze, you got to learn how to survive within that maze. That's what matters. Because if you run in fear, you'll think everything evil is around you and no good is near. That's why it's important to learn how to be a better person, not only for yourself, but for other people. Because when you are a better person for yourself and other people, then things will begin to change around you in every way, more ways than you can ever imagine. So listen, the next time some goodness come knocking at your door, by all means, don't turn your back away. Unless you know for sure it's not for you, because it was the wrong person knocking at your door. But if it happened to be the right one, and you open and let them in, you started out as friends, you became lovers, a relationship, a marriage, maybe partners, whatever direction you went in, make sure that you were good to them, because once they're gone, they may never return again.